over Non, and then Colony's going 3-1 over Devotion. So we're having a lot of really interesting stuff. We got Ken, ZSS, and here we go.
Right, I will be the first to admit I'm not too familiar with the nuance between how Doorstop plays against how Andrew T plays. But again, it's a ZSS. We're going to be looking for some really exciting things, some combos that can, you know, find their way through, even though they don't look like they should work. It's Sytonix, though, that's finding some purchase with some of these really powerful moves and a down air.
And this is some of the stuff you are going to see out of box players, specifically out of FGC box players. They have the ability to just cancel all of their stuff. Their inputs are crisp and smooth. Oh. They're not dropping anything.
Say they're crispy.
Oh, you could say they're crispy. You could say that.
Yeah, okay. Here we go. Sytonix pushing right back in. Look at this. Again, getting that advantage state built up as a kill.
Doorstop.
Was that 0 to death?
Yeah, I believe.
I wasn't looking.
I wasn't looking either, but I mean, at this point, we're less than a minute in. Doorstop down 2 stocks.
This is it again.
Not quite.
I was so scared that down air was coming.
Conversion. Oh, Vicious with a hand focus there to try to get some momentum shifting. Just like that, gets back to ledge. Ken, you know, a lot of people sleeping on him, call him the worst Shoto, but when you see things like this, where he takes, oh, sorry, almost cursed him, not gonna curse you yet, bud. But
oh my goodness,
you know, he's at 88%. Wait, and there we go.
Do it
when
again,
you see a minute and 15 seconds over a player like Doorstop with ZSS, his bread and butter.
I blinked, stocks were gone, man.
Yeah, and Sytonix, you know, we talk about the ability to convert on a controller, but the things that you can do on that box. I mean, we just saw a witness to it right there. The crowd is silent. There's no reaction to that.
I see people's mouths are gaped open.
Yeah,
they're like, wait a second, Sytonix does this?
Well, I mean, when you have a player like Doorstop, you are just ready for him to roll through here, sweep his way into top 8, top 4, maybe even higher. But, you know, nothing's a given ever in Smash. I mean, you have Sytonix, you know, playing at the level he's playing today, on the controller he's playing, with the character he's playing that a lot of people aren't really prepared for.
Maybe an interesting matchup nuance right here. ZSS is well known for having one of the best disadvantage states in the game with flip kick. Against this Ken, that's not going to matter too much because you're not going to have the frame data to get that flip kick in.
I mean, two of the 3 stocks he killed off the top, and the third one was a spike.
Yeah.
What disadvantage state is there? What do you do? How do you recover? You don't. You get hit like this, and then you
that F smash would have been it. Like, could have been it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it game 1. I think Doorstop is playing a little bit more around Ken's base in this particular game, but that game 1 is just a quick example of what can happen if you don't respect Ken's buttons.
Right, just keep spacing him out, keep finding that pressure, up be ridiculously safe.
Love the fish on Shoryuken there. Focus shifts back a little bit, trying to keep his distance away. Doesn't want to just rush in. You got to approach smartly, and Sytonix has been doing that the entire set.
This is a very suddenly different Doorstop. Just willing to run around just a little bit more. I know that kill hurt, but like I think you're playing this matchup a little closer to what you need to, where you're just kind of, you know, dancing around Sytonix's buttons.
Well, you have to think, you know, Ken, you cannot. Oh, will that kill? Yeah, maybe. Ken's disadvantage state. Yep, there you go.
Confirm.
Yeah, but you know, Ken's disadvantage state not the best. A lot of the reason people are not a big believer in Ken, but when you have things like, I mean, we can sit here the entire set and say things like this. Sytonix is using this character to his full potential. I mean, and Doorstop is doing what he can, but right now this is Sytonix. I mean, rolling through this.
86 built up. Anything could come out right now. That'll do it.
Fire Shoryuken, I mean, and that's a command input too. It's not just the up B. The Fire Shoryuken is special. And he's just doing it that quick. Just like that. Just like that. Ripping it off like a Band-Aid. And what can Doorstop do? Take it, eat it, eat that 30%?
Rub some dirt on it, wake back up, get that up air, and then see what you can land whenever Sytonix gives you that one opening that you have.
Oh,
why is that so safe?
I mean, this is what you get out of characters who are being played like. I mean, this is about as perfect of a game of Ken you could play. Like, just consistently hitting all of your buttons.
Good.
Back air, throws out the Hadoken. I believe it was power Hadoken more specifically, but you know.
Right.
Focus shifts, doesn't get the shift off. Sensenyaki Shipukyak.
Yeah, you were right. Doorstop is doing a great job of answering a lot of these disadvantage tools that Ken has. Yeah, you have focus. Yeah, you have a couple moves to shift your hurt box around, and an up B that is ridiculously safe on landing.
Oh, great kick stomp though. Doorstop not out of this game yet, but that 100% against Ken is dangerous. Sytonix getting the shield up just in time there. Could have just eaten an up smash for about 30%.
Wow.
Shoryu.
One up tilt. One up tilt. That's it.
I mean, what do you do? Like, how do you stop this if you're Doorstop? Do you have someone in your bag of tricks that is a direct counter to Ken? And if you don't, how do you respond to that?
It's ZSS can do it, but it's a different playstyle, right? And you saw shades of that. You saw shades of the like, okay, I'm going to space you out. I'm going to sit in a position where you literally just can't touch me.
Yeah, and I mean,
it's just hard to say that way, right? Because, again, Shotos are oppressive. Shotos have that ability to just, like, once they get in, push and push and push until you're dead.
The risky part here is you really can't hit his shield, because when you hit his shield, you're eating 40%.
Yeah.
We're going back into game 3 here on PS2. We stayed at PS2 for set from game 2.
Let's see, a lot of Zera's coming out. Great moves coming out that will keep Doorstop ahead right now. But it's a couple trades right now that are maybe very close to coming back again into Sytonix's advantage.
Yes, Doorstop converting really well here early on in game 3. Knows he has to keep something going, and he's doing okay.
He's doing a great job DIing that out. Normally that F smash can just kill at any %, but
once again, going to focus tank it. You know, that focus has been very crucial in this matchup. He's not been spamming it, but he's been using it in really efficient ways to help push his character closer.
Yeah, I like how generally safe Doorstop is being right now on not using.
Gets a sour spot on that nair.
Yeah. Okay, good, confirm.
Boost kick not going to kill though. Remember,
I like that damage. I don't care.
Notoriously, boost kick did get nerfed. So, but Plasma Whip didn't, and you know, Plasma Whip taking the stock. Doorstop going to have his first lead for the entire set.
Great, yeah, really safe pressure. A lot of these moves that might be considered a little less safe, he's saving until those moments when he really, really needs them. So, Doorstop, keep it up, yeah.
It's just going and going and going.
Just gets the grab at the last moment he expects it.
Up air. Boost kick, no.
No, don't you dare. Don't you dare boost kick. Oh, man.
Oh, focus is through it again, and the Shoryu under the stage does have a nice vertical hitbox there. Boost kick, we'll take it.
Doorstop with a new lease on life.
Doorstop finding his groove, you know, and sometimes that's all it takes. You need time to adjust. But right now, the Shoryu giving Doorstop no time to rest on his laurels. Got to keep pushing it. You know,
answer back from Sytonix. He wants to finish this 3-0. You know, there's been a trend today.
I mean, we saw Sytonix, though, in the first game. He took that entire game in 1 minute and 15 seconds, no casualties stock-wise. And he can do it again if he just keeps pushing his advantage state like he has been and winning neutral consistently like he did for the first 2 games.
And then,
just like that. Just like that. Sour spot there. Up air.
Little fast falls. Oh, Doorstop, you're so pretty. Okay.
Trying to get going here. Both of these two just looking for the next piece of advantage. Jab coming out. Shoryu just pops out of Shoryu just for fun. You know, pushes him off, gives him advantage state, but we're basically back to neutral. Oh, fish toward again. Down air. Fair coming out now.
Okay, there you go. That's some pressure coming out now from Sytonix. You get another, maybe didn't want the strong there, but that's okay. Because you have it, that stage position that you need right now. Runs up. ZSS using that flip kick really, really well now.
Jabbing over and over, and I love to see it. Pops up with the up air. Back throw, won't kill ever, but
no, but again, it's a really great position for ZSS to be
in. Especially in a situation where you're up a stock. You know, you don't want to give Ken any opportunity like that.
Forward air kill.
You know, Ken, but Sytonix down to 127% after that throw. Gonna have to find a way to stay alive. And not going to be able to do it. Doorstop not going to be shut out here. We're going to game 4. 2-1 current lead for Sytonix, though.
Showing why he's seated so high. This has been quite a fearful moment for Doorstop. But again, Sytonix showing some signs of weakness there. Whenever ZSS is able to go free, we saw last set, they're just able to keep ripping and keep tearing until they find that moment that lets them win the game.
Absolutely.
So keep doing that, right, Doorstop? And for Sytonix, don't let him.
Well, I mean, for Sytonix, it's just do what you did the second game. You know, Doorstop was playing better in the second game, but Sytonix was able to rise to the same level and keep the same amount of pressure on.
And I mean, I'll have to say, there's just moments right now where Doorstop is just kind of finding that pressure, right?
Oh, fished for it.
Wow.
I think he was ready for the jump call out. Didn't quite get it. There's the flip kick berry. Oh, we got Porky's theme from Earthbound. I am an Earthbound stan. I'm very happy to hear
You think
this.
we're ever getting Mother 3?
Don't remind me.
Don't.
No,
Okay.
not today. Not today. I'm in a good mood, you know. Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings are on the Switch Online now, so I can play those whenever I want.
Good.
But
I'll tell you what's on Switch Online right now is this Doorstop right now finding this move. It doesn't spike that time. Gets a phantom hit.
And there you had to go to the patience of Sytonix. He's playing slow. And I mean that in a good way. He's not rushing into anything. He's taking his time, choosing options that benefit him. And even there where he's getting hit by the boost kick, it doesn't kill. Oh, that will.
No, you're
Never
fine.
mind. He's good. Never mind. You know, sometimes people panic after they get footstooled. You never know.
Yeah, no.
Back air will take it.
Yeah, no. Ken's going to have a surprising amount of vertical recovery, especially whenever you have your jump left. You take away that double jump, then you're going to have trouble recovering, but I mean,
smash will convert. Fair. Jab.
Wow.
Just,
keep it going.
And again, we talk about Kazuya, we talk about Terry, sometimes we even talk about Ryu. We don't talk about Ken. And we're seeing right now why we probably should be talking about Ken, because people like Sytonix are pushing this character higher and higher every day.
Do people not believe in Ken? I'm a Ken believer.
It's less that they don't believe in Ken, it's that they believe in him less than all the other Shotos.
Okay.
It's kind of a lot of times I've heard over the time, like, if you're playing Ken, why you're not playing Ryu?
Yeah.
You know, and it's a fair statement sometimes, but sometimes if you're someone like Sytonix or a couple other people I've seen before, you know, you just prefer Ken over Ryu. It's the same idea of you prefer Lucina over Marth or whatever, what have you.
I would love to say some really dangerous thoughts right now, but unfortunately this is not the crispy hot takes with 3 a.m. So we are going to keep that talk show for a little bit later and just kind of watch as Doorstop again a little bit behind on stocks, but looking for some purchase and just playing really comfortably with these airs. And
Sytonix definitely kill percent with things like the flip kick.
Yeah.
You know, flip kick been such a dangerous tool for the past 3 Smash games now, and I don't foresee that ever changing.
No, it's always been any mobility option really is just something that can bring life to a character. You see it with Diddy Kong, you see it with Sheik.
Yeah.
It really just gives the characters options.
Speaking of options, right now Sytonix just picking his options against Doorstop at the ledge.
Yeah.
Doorstop fighting back into this game though, back on plat, back on solid ground. And if Doorstop wins this game, we're going to game 5. And you have to think Sytonix is thinking, what has changed in these 2 games if he loses here? If he wins, great. He goes into top 8, getting an upset off on Doorstop. But at the same time, you got to try to keep pushing it. You got to keep going and going and going against someone who's basically the Energizer Bunny in ZSS.
Now, Doorstop's safety right now is just kind of impeccable. You're not letting Ken anywhere near you.
Oh, getting really close here. Fishing for aerials across the board. Went for Shoryuken. Oh, that was so close. That would have done it too. But he had to play risky at this point.
Oh, double hits the focus. Great.
Neuralizer coming out.
He's going to wait it out.
Oh,
it's not
didn't wait long enough.
It's game 5. We're into it. We're into it. Doorstop breathing again. Sytonix rolling his fingers. He wants to run that back, I think.
Yeah, I think Doorstop agreed to it. You know, we're going to game 5 here. First time we've had game 5 on stream in top 32. You know, this is technically top 16 at this point. We're fishing for top 8. Both of these 2 are playing at an incredibly high level that cannot be understated even a little bit.
This game equals money right now. So both players, of course, really, really want this.
Yeah, look at Sytonix's face. If you're watching on stream right now, look at Sytonix's face and tell me this man is not thinking, what do I have to do?
Yo, Doorstop just took the biggest breath of his life.
Doorstop is thinking, no, why did he pause there? I mean, he paused on ZSS for a minute. I think he maybe was thinking about a different character pick.
He's breathing. Just get that moment, calm your heart rate down, get yourself into this.
You know, we got a crowd favorite here. I believe it is Doorstop. You know, we're in a high.
Yeah, shout out to production actually for this tournament. I absolutely love the crowd noise, and I hope you're loving it at home. Someone just like screamed once, and I was like, oh my gosh.
We've had a lot of pop-offs on stream today.
Yeah.
But, you know, fishing in over and over again, and again, the first 2 games, you saw things like that, but he hasn't hit the spike since game 1.
Yeah.
And do you think that could be playing with Sytonix's head a little bit? Like, you know, I'm hitting the move, but it's not converting the way I want, and it's not getting kills like it was the first 2 games.
Oh,
the shield damage is
yet.
insane.
He's going to keep going for moves, though.
He has to.
Good
and wheel kick will take stock 1. Sytonix is 2 stocks away from a top 8 placement and a massive upset. Well, not massive, but a high upset.
Yes.
A quality upset.
Answered back immediately. That up air so high.
Star KO on top. I love a good star KO. 1 in
All
8
right.
chance for that start.
Okay, we've seen this set go back and forth, and it's really clear from both players. If you're Sytonix, get your openings. If you're Doorstop, just kind of keep chipping away.
Yeah,
So-
and the Sytonix fishing out, even with moves like back air, is something you don't really see too much off Ken, just because auto turnaround is so good. You don't usually see moves from the back. But right now, being efficient in his movement, efficient in his combo game, and it's been paying off very well this game and the first 2. But right now, it's Doorstop converting again and trying to keep his advantage state, but we're back in neutral.
I'm just watching, just wow, everything I see. That back air was deadly in previous games.
Oh,
And the up
neuralizer,
smash,
boost kick will
there
take.
goes the up B.
Yeah.
There we go, pop it.
Doorstop is probably thinking he's lucky stars. You hear the crowd chanting for Doorstop.
Gets the spike,
Oh!
there you go.
It took 3 games. He had a
took
bit
3
of a
games, he
cool
found it
off.
again.
Had the cool off just like he was playing multiverses, but not anymore.
Final stock to secure your place in the top 8
And-
right here. If you do not do it here, you're going to have to play one more set to make yourself in the money.
And then you're going into loser's bracket, and at this point in the game, you know, you're playing this close of a set with someone who could theoretically even be your grand finals opponent. You don't know.
Yeah.
Like, how much would this win matter to both of these two? Because
Look
if
at
they
that
win here,
combo.
you know, they're going into top 8 with a W. They have the
Doorstop, your
cushion.
advantage state is insane right now. It's over.
Y'all, you know,
How does this happen?